Well, welcome everyone. My name is Jonathan Strupek. I'm the Marketing and Public Relations Manager here at the Chamber. So I do all of the website management, social media stuff, do a little bit of design, everything here and there. So anything that goes out, email-wise too, everything that goes out, that's kind of what I touch. And we also have Jessica here as well. Jessica is our event services, right?
Event services manager, yeah, and I plan all of our featured events and the annual gala, Strupek golf outing, Twin City Showcase. So I'm just kind of here to chime in as needed, but
Right. She'll kind of, and Wendy, our who sells our advertising, was supposed to be here. So Jessica, who did it before, will kind of pepper in all of that too to give kind of some insight on advertising and to see where you guys can get some exposure on all of this, and so we can be a resource for you guys as well. So basically this whole presentation is kind of going to be super high level. It's going to be basically an overview of the website, all of our social platforms, our emails, and also places where you guys can get in as well. So we'll also have questions at the end as well, and we can also be in contact too afterwards if there's anything that's confusing. But we'll start out on the website first. I assume everybody has been to the website at least once, at least since it's been newly redesigned anyway. It's been redesigned it's probably a couple months ago now. But this is the front page. We have the two main things you guys will probably use the most is to pay your invoice. You can pay it online, you can also pay it in office as well. And of course to join the chamber at the top. We have a brand new on the side here, a bar that kind of follows you around. This gives you quick links to log into Chamber Master, which is again where you pay your dues and other things. Quick login there. We have a list of volunteer opportunities. If you serve on any committees, there's a quick link as well to log into that. We also have links to our social media platforms. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn, as well as YouTube, which I will cover later. But everything is kind of broken down into categories. We have basically a bunch of tabs that give us an about us, so about the chamber, who we are, our plan. We link our annual reports, board of directors, all of our committees, which have a lot of volunteer opportunities as well for you, as well as ambassadors, which Joanna's a part of. We also have our member breakdown, which you can, again, links to become a member, a login, which is the same as this link over here to pay your invoice. There's also a large member directory as well, which is one of our top looked at pages. It's basically a link of every single chamber member that we have, very easily searchable. You can type in a list of the business name or a category, which is also broken down by category here as well. So if you're looking to get connected with other chamber members or find out there, this is one of our top places to do that, easily accessed. We list our new members as well every month to kind of highlight to see who's joining around the area. We have our members of distinction, as well as all of our communications, which I will cover as well, which we archive all of our, or most of our newsletters as well, just in case you're not getting them or receiving them. We archive everything for you, but I'll get to that here in a second as well. We have a large community section, so if you're visiting from the area, you can get a bunch of visitor maps, visitor information, moving information. A big section too, which I'll go to the front page, which you guys can and should use. We have its community news, which was once known as member-to-member news. So what you can do is if you have a press release you want to get out, so you had something big happen, if you had a change in staff, really anything, we're willing and open to share that kind of news with not only the community as well, but our members as a whole. We feature our top 4 community news on the front page, but you can view everything by clicking on View Community News, and it's also under the Community drop-down, which has, again, everything listed with photos, a brief description. At the very top now, we have somewhere where you can go to submit your community news. It's a very easy, hopefully self-explanatory form where you just add a quick title, which will be on the front page, who you are. You can copy and paste press releases or type anything in here that you'd like. You can also have the option to upload a photo, put in your contact information, and then I will get a notification from that and I can send it to the front page. So the page, our home page in general gets anywhere from 500-ish to 1,000 hits a month, if not more. So it's pretty decent exposure for you guys. So that's something again to take advantage of. We have a couple links to our Be an Advantage page, Make Your Enemy More, our Shop Local initiative. We have a listing of business resources as well that we're kind of actively compiling, which is places around town to help with startup. If you have a startup company, if you have any other questions in relation to any aspect of business, we try to partner with as many people as possible to get those resources out there for you. Next.
Jonathan, before you leave community, will you go back to the community education calendar? I just want to point this out because this is fairly new.
For community news?
Education calendar,
Oh,
right?
education
Yeah, and
calendar.
just for, like with the extension, this would be an opportunity. I know you guys do programs a lot, so this is an opportunity where we're really trying to, this is new, so I'm trying to get the word out to anybody that's got programming that you just want to make our members aware of. This is where we'd send you to upload it and you can just do it yourself, but yeah, we just got this link going maybe 2 weeks ago, so it's pretty fresh, and I'm getting ready to send out a notification at the end of the week. But that'll be a nice piece, I think, eventually, because we want to try to be the one-stop shop for educational type events that relate to business. So.
Awesome. I've got all my stuff.
I bet you do. Great, thank you, Jonathan.
Perfect. Get that populated.
Hey, Jonathan, I have a question too.
Sure.
The community news, highlight events. Let's say, I'll use Maria. Let's say Maria's having some big event someplace, a showcase. Well, let's say she's going to have something here, a taste type thing. She could put that out there.
Yeah, that would be fine. We can get that.
Or I was also thinking like J-Bo's Handbag is having an event July 21st.
Yeah.
Like an even night or something, she could put it out there.
Yeah, so I know right now it's not as populated, so I know we're willing to take a lot of promotional opportunities right now, unless it starts getting overly populated, then we may have to make something else. But for right now, that's completely fine to help give you guys some exposure, because again, we do want to be a resource as much as possible for you guys. The next tab is programs and services. We had our member referral program here, which will be changing soon. It actually needs to come down. But that was the contest where if you referred a new member to the chamber, you could enter in, and we gave away a trip to Florida for 4 days. We have links to our next professionals, or our young professionals group. They have a ton of information here. We have a link to our leadership McLean County, which is our leadership group. We have ECHI, which is our insurance. We have links to all of our current programming opportunities that are available. So we have links to schedules when things are coming up, links to registration. So this is the member motivations you're a part of. We have How To Tuesday, which is kind of we have a bunch of different things we kind of break down and go more in depth on for you. We have our sales group, which is a bunch of sales professionals basically coming together, bounce ideas off each other. So you have that. We have a list of all of our networking opportunities. Right now it's mostly again business before and after hours, which we do have one coming up on the 29th at Myris Research before hours. Breakfast business briefs, which is advocacy government related. It's once a month. It's the 4th Friday of the month. Ag Exchange is our agriculture program. We list all of our ribbon cuttings, hot deals, online learning center. Again, I won't go too far into these because this could fill hours of information, but just to kind of show you guys where everything's at. Here we list all of our annual events. These are updated fairly regularly, at least as regularly as possible, to show registration dates, sponsorship, advertising opportunities. All of that is there. There's a full calendar of when those are. We showcase our award recipients, event registration, which Jessica will go into in a little bit here. We also have a brand new chamber menu, which again, this may be of interest to some of you. This is basically a full color-coded list of all advertising opportunities, or sponsorship opportunities, I should say, with all of our all of our events, how much it costs to join our programs. Again, a bunch of other miscellaneous things and services that we offer you guys with the key. So that's something that you may want to check out. And we have as well all of our advocacy efforts. We have our legislative agenda, our political action committee, Canada Training Institute, information on elected officials. This is not my area of expertise, so I can't really go too far into it, but it is all there. One thing too, we'll go back to the homepage to cover just a couple more things. These change regularly. These are just quick links to some of our more popular pages. So like our member directory, our hot deals. You can ask a question as well to the chamber if you have a random question that comes up. You don't want to email one of us, you can send it to all of us and we can help get it answered quickly. List of the chamber events, which is for our chamber calendar. We have, these three are just kind of things that they'll change, but right now it's just quick links to our health insurance, our Being Advantage involvement, Make Your Money Mean More. We have, this will change as well. This is one of our most recent videos. We had our annual report up here at one point, showcase here. And then this will also be added as well, but this is something, again, if you're just visiting or if you're looking for resources, we kind of put all this on the front page for you. But Jessica, if you want to cover just the advertising opportunities in the front page.
Sure, absolutely. So I handed out, there's a flyer by your chair with advertising opportunities. So Jonathan talked a little bit about some of these publications, but Monday Morning Coffee, by far, would you say our most popular? About all of our advertising opportunities, those get booked up pretty quickly. And that's our weekly e-newsletter that goes out every Monday morning, unless it's like 4th of July, then it's Tuesday morning coffee.
Right.
But that goes to all of our members. As soon as a new member joins the chamber, they get subscribed to that newsletter, and it lists all of our upcoming events for that coming week, and then some of our bigger events, maybe a couple weeks out, ribbon cuttings, things like that. So it's a really good snapshot of everything that's coming up. So it's very popular. It's the open rate for that is pretty high.
It's 25-30% ish. So
that's
that
pretty good.
It reaches about 600 odd people a week.
Mm-hmm.
So it's fairly up there, and the click-through rate's also fairly high. I believe it's 10-15% on the top ad. This is the most sought after spot that we have for advertising is the top, and I know there's also a footer available, which is
Depending on the time of year, it could be, we might have it booked like 3 months out. I know that right now, just because I was looking at today, that there's some openings in July if anyone's interested. But there's the top banner ad that is $125 per week, or if you want to do 4 consecutive weeks, it's $100 per week, which is pretty good for an e-newsletter. And there's not a lot of ads in that, like Jonathan just went through. We've got the top ad and the bottom ad, so you're not competing with a lot of other businesses. It's not cluttered with a lot of advertising, so you really do get a prime, especially the top ad there, prime location. And then we also have the Chamber Connections, which we just started this year and has also been very popular. Wendy's been selling those advertising opportunities. What we've done is every month there's a specific industry that we're covering, and just including opportunities for various businesses. There's, I think, 8 right at most per issue. It goes out once a month. Usually it's the first of the month or right around there.
close to.
And the cost for that one is $100, right?
Yeah.
Per ad.
It sells out. As soon as Wendy starts listening, it'll take a week or less to sell out.
And what she typically does, she does have a calendar, so if you're interested in finding out, hey, when are you going to be, focusing on restaurants or nonprofit organizations or whatever, you can find out that information from her. But typically she sends out an email to all the businesses, all the chamber members that fall within that category, about a month or so out. And it's a first come, first serve. Once it's sold until we, bring that category back. So that's another great one to think about.
How do I find that on the website?
We have, so there's a couple places. At the beginning of the month, it will be I'll put it on the slider up front so it has a prime spot, but it's also archived under members, chamber communication archive. So I will basically update it every month. So advertisers will not only get the initial hit of the 2,300 odd people that I'll send it out to, but it will be on the front page, it will remain on the website for an entire month as well.
And one thing I'll mention too about Monday Morning Coffee and the Chamber Connections that's really important, we do not share email addresses for any of our members. Even if you're a member of Distinction and you get our full membership list, you don't get an email address. So the only way to advertise through email to the entire membership is through one of those opportunities. So that's something else to keep in mind. So we also have, and I put this out, our monthly event card. That's something else we just started doing this year. And I think, is it sold out for the year?
Yeah, almost.
It's
I think
pretty,
maybe 1 month left.
yeah, we may have one opportunity left, but that's another one that's been very popular. We print those once a month, list all of our events coming up for the month. In fact, I think we do like even a month or two out. Is that right, Cindy? And we'll share those hand those out at our business after hours, business before hours. Any chamber events, we just want to get the word out about our upcoming events. So there's basically the sponsor of that gets that full back of the card. So another great opportunity. And those run, is it $225? Is that right?
Yeah, 225.
$225. So these are some new things that I used to have Wendy's position before, and these are new. I didn't work on these before. So. And then we also have another new opportunity on the chamber website. We have some ads, banner ads, that we just started just with the launch of the new website. Is that right?
Yes.
So another great opportunity, and I think the pricing is that still, is it $175?
I believe it's $175
per month?
Yeah.
So your ad is up there for the entire month. Another great opportunity just to get your business out there. And so
We're working on, it's still, this is the first month running these, so I don't have numbers either to give open rates and click-throughs yet. So I will, hopefully by the end, or probably the middle of next month, if that is something you're interested in, to get like an email open rates, things like that.
And for a web ad, that's pretty affordable. So any questions about any of the advertising opportunities? No? Okay.
Perfect. Another thing too with the website, it's mobile friendly as well. You can kind of see here, this is kind of what it'll look like on your phone, or close to it. So this will go to the bottom, so you can sign people up for the chamber, you can pay your dues, you can access everything from your smartphone now, which is kind of nice. It's a newer thing that we have. I know again with the website there is a ton on here. I'm not going to go too far into it, but you can, if you have any questions again, feel free afterwards to let me know. The next thing is all of our, just a quick rundown of our social media, where we're at. We are, of course, on Facebook. We post regularly 2-3 times a day. This is where you can find everything. We post all of our programs. We post event recap, all of our pictures. We'll post quotes. We'll post, again, like these fun gifts for the weekend, things like that. So it's a good place to kind of get consistent and constant updates as well on that. And I know you can turn on, if you really want to, you can turn on notifications. If you go under the liked tab, you can just click all on, so whenever we do post about something, so if something were to change or if you were to add something, you can get a quick notification, but a lot of people don't like that. I don't blame you. We're also, again, we're on Twitter. It's basically the same thing. These will come in, we'll put out a lot quicker. We also do a couple times a week, if you're on social media as well, Twitter is the place we will share your stuff. We will retweet, we will do that kind of stuff for you. There's no system, it's not paid. It's really up to what either I see or what my current intern will see. So we do our best to kind of give exposure as well on Twitter. LinkedIn as well, there's 2 places for you to connect. So I can kind of show you when you type in the McLean County Chamber of Commerce, there's 2 things that pop up. One is the company page, which is just like a Facebook landing page where we post updates, but there's also a closed group, which you guys, if you're not a part of, you can join. This is a place where you can kind of get in touch with us and leave event feedback. We'll post any other opportunities. Members can kind of talk back and forth on here as well. So this is kind of a good place to get involved here with other chamber members. Let's see, there's no advertising-esque opportunities yet with social media. We've looked, and I'm still kind of looking into a way to get that. I know some other chambers do where like a community news post goes automatically onto Facebook. So we're looking into that. There may be an opportunity that could come around as well to give you guys some more exposure. Let's see, in regards to emails, if you're not already signed up, you can go to the website, members, Chamber of Communications, join our mailing lists. And here we have a breakdown of all of our mailing lists. There is 5, so it kind of gives you just a brief example of what you'll get every week, could be every month with some of them. It really depends. So this is where you can sign up for Chamber Connections, which is the advertising piece we talked about. You can get information on our advocacy efforts. Featured events is basically our annual events. Network development, which is before and after hours. Programs is all of our educational programming. We'll send stuff out from Next, leadership, things like that. We'll send that out there. You can just sign up by clicking there. And it's easily unsubscribable at the very bottom of every email. If it gets too much, you can opt out. For Monday Morning Coffee, however, we normally add the primary contact of the company right away. That's done through a completely different platform. So if you're not getting that, just let either myself, you can let Scott know up front, and we can get you added onto that to help get that weekly update to show what's going on. We see we've covered the event cards. I'm trying to think if there's really
Event registration?
Oh yeah, I don't know if you want to talk about event registration.
Yeah. So if you want to click on that, on that tab. So there are a few different ways you can register for chamber events. Jonathan had it at, where is it? You go to events and then event registration. It takes you to this page here. And we realize that this lists most of our events, but not all of our events. So it's a good place to go to start, and you can see what's coming up. We just have a couple here listed. And as it gets closer to other events, we'll fill that in. But you can also go to, there's a specific event you want to register for. You would go to annual events here, for example, and click on those events that are coming up. So it just kind of depends on how we have the registration set up. But I don't even think the golf outing would be a good example, but we probably have that. It's already sold out. Actually, we just sold out. But we do we'll have a link typically for that specific event to register there. So it may ask, you may have to fill in or log in with an email address that's tied to your chamber membership account. Otherwise, I think the other forms are pretty simple to fill out right now.
Of the event registration?
Yeah, you don't need to have a login or anything.
No.
Right.
So yeah, we're slowly updating some of this, even though the website's been out for a little bit. Still some growing pains.
Right. So yeah, so you can pay online too here. Correct.
Mm-hmm.
So so those are just some different ways that you can register, or you can just call one of us and we can take care of it for you too. So that's we're happy to just want to make it easy for you all. So and that's really what I have for event registration, I think. And then one other thing I just wanted to briefly mention with events, since I work on events more now than the advertising side of things, we do offer a lot of sponsorship opportunities, and I do have some flyers I printed if you're interested in grabbing one of those. Jonathan kind of highlighted this already, but it's just another great way to get your business name out there, to promote your business. And we have opportunities with the Twin City Showcase, which we just had in May, where you can pay for a booth, and another great promotional opportunity. The golf outing, still have a couple of sponsorships left for that. But another really just great way to get the word out there.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Wanted to keep it, again, really high level, just kind of show you where you're at right now, where we're at, and where you can get as well. There's a lot, but if we can answer any questions right now, we'd be happy to take them, and if not, we've left both of our cards for you, and you can reach out if something comes up, or if you have any suggestions as well, we're open to that, especially with the website, trying to get stuff up front and easily at your fingertips. So do we have any questions?